Mark Pope continues to work hard to bring recruits to the Cats, who since his arrival as coach have demonstrated strategic vision and an unmatched ability to attract stars. The program is about to take another significant step in its recruiting campaign. This time, the eyes are on Jordan Smith, a five-star point guard in the class of 2026, whose name is being talked about with enthusiasm among analysts and sports fans. According to information released by Dushan London of 247 Sports, the coaching staff led by Pope will visit Smith at his school on Wednesday, solidifying the seriousness of Kentucky's interest in the young player. The visit is part of a broad strategy that has led representatives of the Wildcats to cross the country in search of prospects who can not only raise the level of the team, but also fit into the winning culture that so defines the program. For Smith, this will be the second time he has received Pope's direct attention since receiving an official offer in September, signaling that the relationship between the parties may be taking shape. Jordan Smith is already emerging as one of the most coveted names in the 2026 class. His ability to control the pace of the game, combined with his offensive versatility and ability to create opportunities for himself and his teammates, make him a rare prospect. It's no wonder that he's ranked among the top 5 players of his generation in the 247 Sports composite rankings. Elite programs such as Duke, North Carolina, Louisville, and Arkansas have already expressed official interest, with a point guard having visited the Blue Devils and Cardinals last fall. However, Kentucky's increased involvement in Smith's recruiting process suggests that the Wildcats may be willing to enter a fierce competition to secure his services. The approach taken by Mark Pope and his staff reflects not only the program's ambition, but also a roster-building philosophy that prioritizes both individual talent and team fit. Since taking over at Kentucky, Pope has worked tirelessly to keep the flame alive of one of college basketball's most consistent dynasties. His ability to identify players with the potential to shine in both the collegiate and professional arenas has been a differentiator, and Smith's move seems to follow that same line of thinking. In addition, the visit to Smith comes at a crucial time in the recruitment of the 2026 class, when conversations are beginning to take shape and the athletes' preferences are becoming clearer. For the Wildcats, every gesture, every meeting, and every demonstration of interest can make a difference in the final outcome. And, in this case, Pope's repeated presence with Smith could indicate that the program is willing to bet big on the young point guard. Could this be another promising chapter in Kentucky's successful recruiting history? The pieces seem to be starting to fall into place to suggest that it is. The competition, however, promises to be different. Duke and North Carolina, 2 giants of college basketball, have already made it clear that they consider Smith a top priority. Regional rival Louisville is also in the running, adding a special spice to the battle to sign the point guard. However, Kentucky's historic appeal, combined with the modern vision and charisma of Mark Pope, could tip the scales in the Cats' favor. As fans eagerly await news about Jordan Smith's future and his possible commitment to Kentucky, it's clear that the program continues to excel in its quest to be even better. And football? This time, the protagonist is Trayvon Ripka, a player who may not have attracted as much attention as other names, but whose trajectory reflects resilience, consistency, and the ability to transform opportunities into achievements. Ripka, a former leader of the Wildcats' defensive line, signed with the Miami Dolphins as an undrafted free agent, UFA, cementing his position among the former Kentucky players who are now seeking success in the most competitive league in the world. The news comes as an additional chapter in the recent history of the program, where Stoops has played a crucial role not only in developing athletes on the field, but also in building careers that go beyond the limits of the college campus. With 25 games as a starter over 4 seasons, Ripka left his mark on the blue and white team, accumulating solid numbers: 95 tackles, 11.5 tackles for loss of yards, and 5 sacks. While last season was marked by more modest numbers, 34 tackles and 3 sacks. His ability to remain a key part of the defensive system highlights qualities that go beyond statistics. What makes Ripka's trajectory so interesting, however, is not just the numbers accumulated during his time at Kentucky. It's the way he embodies the spirit of overcoming that defines so many players coming from programs under the radar of traditional college football powers. Coming to the team as a 3-star prospect in the 2020 class, he was never considered a precocious phenom or a guaranteed NFL draft pick. However, throughout his college career, he built a reputation for reliability and hard work, 2 attributes that are often underestimated until they are tested on the professional stage. Now, he takes those traits to Miami, where he will seek to prove his worth amid a team that is constantly rebuilding and looking for pieces that can contribute immediately. Ripka's entry into the NFL also highlights another important aspect of Kentucky football's recent legacy: the program's ability to bring multiple players to the league in a short period of time. He joins an impressive crop of Wildcats who have found their way to NFL teams following this year's draft. Max Hairston, selected 30th overall by the Buffalo Bills, was the standout among the group, but Ripka is not alone among the undrafted free agents. Jamon Dimash Johnson signed with the Green Bay Packers, while Marquez Cox and Eli Cox secured their spots with the Denver Broncos and Houston Texans, respectively. Zion Childress also secured a contract with the Dallas Cowboys. It's impossible to talk about Kentucky's recent success without mentioning Stoops' philosophy, which since joining the program in 2013 has prioritized player development both on and off the field. His approach is not just about winning games, but about creating a culture that prepares his charges for the challenges that lie ahead after they leave the blue and white uniform. Ripka is further proof of that. His journey from a 3-star player to an NFL roster member is a testament to the growth mindset instilled by Stoops and his staff. It doesn't matter how high a player's ceiling is when he enters the program. What really matters is how high he can reach when he leaves. Now, with Ripka donning the aqua and orange of the Dolphins, Kentucky fans have yet another reason to tune in to NFL games with special attention. He will face the challenge of earning a spot on a team that is in transition, but is clearly looking to build a young and promising roster. For a player who has already proven his ability to exceed expectations, this scenario could be seen as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Meanwhile, in Lexington, the work continues. I look forward to hearing your thoughts.